Let's jump into the electromagnetic spectrum physics. We talk about the important thing is frequency of radiation, which is measured in hertz. Actually, in space, the energy is traveling from one place to another. That is the electromagnetic spectrum. If you see here, that is the magnetic waves that are going, the electric waves that are going. They are perpendicular to each other. And based on the frequency, there are different names how the energy is going through the space. We cannot actually see the wave, but the visible light, what we see, that is the fourth part. I'll explain about it now. One side of the spectrum is called radio waves. It has lower frequency. When I say frequency, what is frequency? Let's see here. This is a graph here. The point from, this is like a sine wave, it goes from top is crest, high. Low is trough. So high to low, low to high. It goes on like this, That's how we measure what kind of wave in the form of energy going on into space. The wavelength is between the two high crest points. It's called the wavelength. Amplitude is the height of the wave. Those two are important basic things you need to understand. What is frequency? Because I'm going to use the term for all the waves. That's how we distinguish between different kinds of waves. Number of times in 1 second, electric field reaches max. See, it reaches, these are the crest and max. In 1 second, how many times it reaches the max? That is the base, that is called the frequency of the radiation. Radiation is energy is traveling through space. Okay, let's see the different types. Radio waves, lower frequency. It's used in the communication satellites. Second part is heat waves, infrared. You cannot see those waves. It will be a red color, but you can feel the heat. Third is the light rays. Speed of light is 186,282 miles per second. Next is UV rays. X-rays are used in medical imaging. Finally, gamma rays, higher frequency. But what according to humans we perceive is only like this. But there are waves below this and after this range. I'll talk about it later. Explain about frequency. What is wavelength? I told you it's two high points measurements. Speed of light divided by frequency. That's how we calculate the wavelength. And here I want to explain 1 nanometer. So nanotechnology and quantum computing, I have 2 different videos. Please watch it. That gives an introduction about both of these. Nanotechnology uses the carbon, most of it. Nanometer is 1 billionth of a meter, 10 to the power 9 zeros. This is a meter, 1 divided by a billion. That is nanometer, which we will use in explaining the different frequency ranges. Then let's talk about amplitude. This is the height of the wave from the crest to the trough. So 3 things: frequency, wavelength, amplitude. Okay, how do we distinguish between different waves? Radio waves, 150,000 to almost 20 million hertz. What is hertz? Frequency of radiation. How many times the wave goes, Heat or infrared is 1 millimeter to 750 nanometers. That's why I explained here nanometers. Light is the visible light. What is visible light is what with our eyes we can see, all the red, blue, violet things on space. That is this part only we can see using our eye. All these are kind of invisible. Okay, we have all kinds of space instruments to measure all these kinds of rays. And ultraviolet is 400 nanometer to 100 nanometers. See, it becomes lower, it becomes smaller. X-rays are less than 0.1 nanometer. That's why they can put X-rays inside our skin to see the bones and skin, everything. Gamma rays, high energy, 10 to the power 20. Imagine, that's a very large number. And after all this, after this side is called mega, giga, ultra rays. And we don't know how to measure all those. So we restrict our knowledge only to these. Actually, these we don't want to interfere too much because it's dangerous to humans. Even this ultraviolet rays causes sunburn from the sun. If you watch the sun and stand there, it will cause sunburn and hurt your skin. So this is the basic introduction about how the energy is transferred from one place to another. And I have a video about quantum computing, about different states between 0 and 1. Please watch those, it will be interesting. Thank you.